Late at night in 1969, a newspaper office in California received a letter that would terrify the entire country. The letter claimed responsibility for several brutal murders, and it was signed with a strange symbol. The writer called himself the Zodiac. But this wasn't just another killer hiding in the shadows. The Zodiac Killer began sending coded messages to newspapers and even challenged the police and the FBI to catch him. His letters contained threats, cryptic symbols, and chilling clues about future crimes. As fear spread across California, one terrifying question remained. Who was the Zodiac Killer? And why couldn't the FBI stop him? The Zodiac Killer first appeared in Northern California in the late 1960s. His attacks seemed random, but they all shared one disturbing pattern. The victims were often young couples sitting in parked cars at night, usually in quiet, isolated areas. One of the earliest attacks happened near Lake Herman Road in December of 1968. Two teenagers were sitting in their car when a mysterious man approached them. Without warning, he opened fire, killing both victims before disappearing into the darkness. At first, the crime seemed like a tragic but isolated incident. But months later, another couple was attacked in a similar way at Blue Rock Springs Park. This time, one victim survived and described the attacker to police. But the real terror began weeks later when newspapers received the first Zodiac letters. In the summer of 1969, several newspapers received nearly identical letters. Each letter claimed responsibility for the murders and demanded that the message be printed on the front page. If the newspapers refused, the killer threatened to murder more people. Inside the letters were strange coded messages filled with symbols and letters arranged in complex patterns. The Zodiac challenged readers to solve the code, promising that it would reveal his identity. Within days, one of the ciphers was partially decoded by a school teacher and his wife. The message revealed something deeply disturbing. The killer wrote that he enjoyed hunting people because it was more fun than hunting animals. The message shocked investigators and terrified the public. But even more disturbing was the fact that the Zodiac seemed to enjoy the attention. He continued sending letters, taunting the police, and describing crimes only the killer would know. As the killings and letters continued, local police departments quickly realized the case was far bigger than a single city investigation. The FBI joined the hunt for the Zodiac Killer, analyzing the letters, fingerprints, and coded messages. Experts in cryptography studied the mysterious ciphers, hoping they would reveal the killer's identity. Investigators interviewed hundreds of suspects and followed thousands of tips from the public. But the Zodiac Killer seemed one step ahead. More letters arrived over the years, each one more chilling than the last. Some contained new ciphers, while others mocked investigators for failing to catch him. Despite decades of investigation, the true identity of the Zodiac Killer was never officially confirmed. The case remains one of the most famous unsolved mysteries in FBI history. Even today, more than 50 years later, the Zodiac Killer continues to fascinate investigators and true crime experts. New clues, new suspects, and newly decoded messages still appear from time to time. But the biggest mystery remains the same. Was the Zodiac Killer ever identified, or is the truth still hidden somewhere inside the cryptic messages he left behind?